the Centurion's watch. Listen to the sky, traveler. The rain is trying to break the stone, but the stone does not care. Neither should you. Part 1. The storm outside. Sits it down here, close to the wick. You hear it, don't you? That sound above us. That hammering. That is the north trying to speak, and it has nothing kind to say. It has been speaking like this for 1,000 nights before yours, and it will speak long after both of us are dust beneath the turf. The sky above Britannia is not a gentle sky. It is iron. It is pewter. It rolls and it heaves like a dark sea turned upside down, throwing its weight against everything solid that dares to stand beneath it. Let it throw. The rain strikes the parapet now. You can hear it if you close your eyes. That sharp, relentless tapping against the dressed stone, each drop thinking itself mighty, each drop dissolving into nothing the moment it lands. 1,000 years of rain have struck these stones. The stones remain. The rain is gone before it even knows it has arrived. That sound. Let it move to the edge of your hearing now. Don't chase it away. Simply let it drift. It belongs out there, beyond the timber frame of this doorway, beyond the thick walls of this tower. It belongs to the night, and the night traveler is not your concern tonight. The wind tries the shutters. It finds no welcome. In here, there is only the oil lamp. You see how the flame sits so still. Even with all that fury outside, the flame does not tremble. The walls of this tower are 4 feet of Roman stone, cut and fitted by the hands of the 2nd Legion Augusta, men who understood that the difference between suffering and shelter is nothing more than good stone, properly laid. They did not hurry. They did not fear the wind while they worked. They trusted the weight of each block to speak to the block beneath it. And so the wall was made. And so it stands. And so you are inside it tonight, and the rain is outside it. And that is all the philosophy a man needs. Feel the warmth coming from the brazier at your left side. That warmth has been burning since the 3rd hour before dark. The charcoal is good charcoal, oak rendered slow, and it gives without complaint, and it asks for nothing in return. It simply glows. It simply feeds the air around you with heat, slow and deep as the breath of something very old and very patient. Outside, the rain doubles. You hear it surge. A squall coming off the high moor, off the dark nothing that stretches north beyond the wall, a great sweeping curtain of water crossing the heather, crossing the ditch, climbing the berm, and then breaking against this tower like a wave against a cliff face, loud for a moment, very loud, and then it passes over, and the tower stands, and the flame in the lamp has not moved. You are inside, traveler. Outside is doing what outside does. It is none of your concern. The timber above us groans once, then settles. Old retocks in the cold. It is not afraid. It is only shifting, finding its ease the way old soldiers find their ease when they sit down after a long march. A sound of release, a sound of weight finally surrendered to the ground. Let your own weight surrender now. Not yet entirely. Stay with me a while longer. But begin to feel it. Begin to feel the downward pull. The earth beneath the flagstones beneath your feet is very deep and very still, and it has been holding up this tower without complaint since the reign of the Emperor Hadrian himself, and it will hold you just as easily, just as permanently, just as quietly. The rain is speaking now in sheets, and you are stoned. Part to Inner Citadel. I have walked this wall for 11 years. I have walked it in snow that turned the whole frontier white and silent, in summer heat that made the limestone shimmer, in fog so thick I could barely see the next mile castle's torchlight, and in rain like tonight's, rain that comes not as drops but as a moving body of water, a second river thrown sideways from the sky. 11 years, and the wall has never moved. I used to think the wall was built to keep things out. Now I know differently. The wall was not built for the Picts, not truly. The Picts are just men. Cold, hardy, fierce men, but men nonetheless. No, the wall was built because the mind of man requires a boundary. Without a line drawn in the earth, the mind wanders forever northward. It follows every shadow. It chases every sound in the dark. It crosses every hill wondering what lies beyond, then crosses that horizon to find the next, and there is no end to the wandering, and there is no rest in a mind that wanders without boundary. The wall says here is the edge. Beyond this, nothing is required of you. That is the true gift of the wall. Now I am going to ask you to build your own wall tonight. Not of limestone. Not of drists in stone hauled by oxen from the quarry at Barcombe. Yours will be built of something older. Something the legions did not need to cut or carry. Built of the breath in your chest, and the weight in your bones, and the slow closing of the eyes. Let the wall rise now, around this room, around this small warm space where the lamp burns and the charcoal glows and the rain strikes the outside and slides away. Feel the boundary of it. Everything inside this boundary is yours. The warmth is yours. The stillness is yours. The soft sound of the flame, barely audible beneath the rain. A whisper of burning, barely a sound at all, that is yours. Everything outside your wall, leave it there. The debts, if you carry them, are outside the wall. They are cold and wet and they can wait till morning in the rain. They are Roman enough to handle a little weather. The griefs, if they wait for you, are outside the wall. They are not stones. They cannot climb dressed limestone for feet thickened 8 feet high with a patrol walking the top of it. They must wait at the gate like everyone else, and tonight, the gate is closed. The things you said that you wish and said outside the wall. The things left undone outside the wall. The future with its cold unreadable face, that stranger you have never met outside the wall. It can stand in the rain with everything else. Inside the wall only this. This breath, coming slow now, slower than before. This body, heavier than it was a moment ago. This darkness behind the eyelids, which is not the darkness of fear or cold or open moorland, but the darkness of a room with a locked door, a darkness that belongs entirely to you, a private dark, a held dark, a dark as warm as the inside of a closed hand. The century I command has 43 men in it tonight. Each one sleeps when he can, eats when he can, stands as watch and then surrenders his watch to the next man. That is the order of things. There is a man awake on the wall right now, shoulders forward against the rain, eyes on the northern dark. He has the watch. It is not your watch. Your watch is done. Someone else holds the line. Someone strong enough and awake enough and determined enough to stand in the rain so that you do not have to. Tonight, I hold your wall. I have walked 11 years on this stone. I will walk it a little longer. You are inside. I am outside. That is the proper arrangement. Let your walls stand. Part 3. The weight of the wool. Feel the wool now. Not in your thinking. Not as a thought about warmth or about the hands that wove it or about where the sheep grazed. Simply feel it. The weight of it across your shoulders. The heaviness of good thick wool, still holding some of the lanolin of the fleece, still carrying some of that deep animal warmth as though the creature it came from left something behind. Something deliberate and kind. This cloak was cut in Eve or a cum. The wool came from a hillside somewhere south of the Sabrina River, where the sheep are fat and calm and spend their days on green slopes with no ambition beyond the next mouthful of grass. The woman who wove it tight, close woven. The way you weave something when you know it will face weather. She did not hurry. She knew what it was for. She knew it would end up here, or somewhere like here, at the edge of everything, worn by someone who needed to be kept alive by a piece of cloth. She did her work well. Feel the weight across your collarbone, across your chest. That weight is not burden. That weight is the opposite of burden. That is the weight of something between you and the cold, something wholly on your side. When a thing presses down on you and means you harm, you feel it in the gut. A rising thing, attention. This is different. This weight comes down the way sleep comes down, the way the lid of the eye comes down at the end of a long march. It does not fight you. It simply settles. And as it settles, something in you settles with it. Let your shoulders drop now beneath the wool. They have been carrying themselves for a long time. Since you woke this morning, they have been held up, braced, ready. They can stop being ready now. The wool holds the warmth your body has made. Your body has been making warmth all day without your asking it to, without your thinking about it. The belly fire burning its slow and faithful burn. And now the wool traps that warmth and folds it back against your skin. And you are encircled by your own warmth, held inside it, held inside the wool, held inside the walls of the tower, held inside the wall of Hadrian, held inside the dark and rainy island of Britannia, held inside the turning of the earth itself. Held, that is the word. You are held tonight and need to hold nothing. Feel the weight of the wool on your arms now. The sleeves of it thicken slightly rough against the inside of the wrist. The hem of it, heavy, dragging at the edge of awareness like the deep edge of sleep itself. Every fold of it carries weight. Every gathered crease is a small shelter. The wool does not thin at the shoulders the way cheaper cloth thins. It is consistent, patient, thick in every part, like good stone, like good sleep. Your hands are warm inside the cloak now. You do not need to grip anything. Open your fingers if they have been closed. Open them slowly, the way a hand opens in sleep, not dropping something but simply ceasing to hold. There is nothing in your hands that needs holding right now. Let them be empty. Let them be warm and still and empty inside the wool. The rain strikes the wall outside, but you are inside the wall, and the wool is around you, and the wool is between you and every cold thing. The weight of it increases as you breathe out. Breathe in, and the chest rises against it gently. Breathe out, and the wool settles, and the weight returns, and the warmth deepens, and you are slightly further from the surface of the night than you were a moment ago. That is correct. That is exactly right. Go further. Part for dissolving into the heart. The lamp is burning lower now. The oil in the reservoir has fed the flame through the long first watch of the night, and the flame has eaten steadily and without greed, a disciplined flame, a flame that understood its ration. Now the wick has drunk most of what was given to it, and the light has changed. It was amber before. Now, it is older than amber. Now it is the color of the inside of old oak, of dark honey, of earth seen through river water. The shadows in the corners of this room have grown. The corners themselves have grown, spreading inward, softening the walls. This is not darkness to fear. This is the room putting itself to bed. The brazier glows. Where before there was flame, there is now only the red pulse of charcoal. The embers breathing their slow last breaths, offering heat without light, warmth without direction, a glow that does not illuminate but simply warms. You feel it on your face if you face it. The left side of your face warmer than the right. A soft warmth without edge. The charcoal does not fight the dying. Good charcoal never does. It moves from flame to ember to ash with a dignity that few living things manage. It gives everything it has, and then it rests, and the heat it gave remains in the stones of the brazier, in the air of the room, in the wool of the cloak, long after the charcoal itself has gone dark. Your breath is that slow now, in undoubt, each exhale a little longer than the last. The body finding its own deep rhythm, the rhythm it was born knowing, the one it returns to when you stop asking things of it. I stood watch the first year on this wall with a man called Marcus Flaccus from Narbonne Sins, a man who had never been cold in his life before Britannia. He hated the rain. He argued with it out loud in Latin, with excellent grammar. By the third year he had stopped arguing. By the fifth year I would watch him standing in a downpouring. He would have this look on his face, not enjoyment, not resignation, but something past both of those. He had found the place underneath the weather, the still place, the place where a man can stand in the rain and remain, somewhere deep in the chest dry. You are finding that place now, not dry in the body, dry in the deeper part, the part of you that the rain has never actually touched. That part was never wet. It was never cold. It was never afraid, not truly. It watched the fear from somewhere just behind it, patient, waiting for the fear to pass the way the man from Narbonne Sins waited for the rain to pass. And then he kept standing when it didn't, and eventually the rain and the man came to an understanding. That deep still part is where you are going now. The ember in the brazier pulses once, a slow red bloom, then settles. The lamp flame has become very small. It is still burning. It will burn till morning, but it has drawn back into itself a tiny point of gold in the great dim of the room. Like a single star through moving cloud, it does not need to be large to be faithful. A small flame in a sheltered place gives more light than a great fire in open wind. You are the sheltered place tonight. Feel the flagstone beneath you if you are sitting. Feel the bed beneath you if you lie. Feel the depth of it. The stones of this floor are laid on earth, and the earth is laid on bedrock, and the bedrock goes down through the cold dark of Britannia, all the way to some deep and moving thing that has no name in Latin or in any other tongue, something old beyond the old. Something that was here before the first chisel ever touched the first stone of this wall. Something that will be here when the last stone has been carried away for a farmer's field somewhere in the Northern Birman dark. That deep thing is holding you right now. From below, from all the way below, the wall is around you. The wool is over you. The hearth is before you. The rain is behind the stone. Your face is slack now. I can see it even without looking. The jaw has eased. The brow has let go of whatever it was keeping account of. The eyes behind their lids have stopped moving. They have found the inside of the dark and they are resting against it the way a man rests his back against warm stone after a march. There is nothing to see tonight. The watch is mine. The frontier is held. The wall stands in the rain exactly as it has stood for 100 years, unmoved, without argument, without the effort of standing, simply standing. The waystone simply is, without the act of being, without the labor of it, simply there, simply massive, simply present. You are that now. The ember breathes once more. Red warm, deep, and then it dims. Not gone. Dimmer. Still giving. Still there beneath the gray surface of the ash. Still holding the heat it was given. Still sharing what it has in silence, without the drama of flame. Without light, only warmth. Only that patient, faithful warmth that asks for nothing and gives everything and does not know the difference between the first hour of the night and the last. Let your thoughts drift now if they wish to drift. Do not catch them. Do not name them. They are not messages. They are only leaves on the surface of water, turning slowly, moving with some courage you didn't ask for, going where the water goes. Watch them pass without reaching for them. They have no claim on you tonight. They are outside the wall. You are the wall. You are the stone. You are the wood. You are the warmth behind the ember's gray face. You are the deep earth beneath the flagstone, beneath the tower, beneath the rain. You are breathing, breathing. There, the man from N, our bones since learned to sleep in the rain in the end. Not in spite of it, alongside it. He said to me once, in the 5th year, in that flat voice men get when they burn something, Marcus, the rain is just the sky doing what it does. I am just a man doing what men do. We have no quarrel. He slept like a legionary stone after that. Sleep like that. No quarrel with the rain. No quarrel with the dark. No quarrel with the cold or the hour or the vast unreadable north beyond the wall. I am on the wall. You are inside it. Breathe out now. Hold the way out. Let the wool take your weight. Let the earth take the wool. Let the deep stone take the earth. Let the ember hold the warmth. Let the warmth hold you. I have the watch. The wall is standing. The frontier is held. Sleep, traveler. Sleep.